change that. It's like a whole lifestyle change. Like you have to, like, you wake up at the beginning of the week and you're like, when can I go to the gym? How can I fit the gym in my schedule? So like you have to change everything you do. And that's the same.
So the gym is your baby.
Yes.
Because you have to fit the baby into your schedule.
No, the schedule has to fit around your baby.
Around the baby?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's different. That's a little, the baby's a lot. But no, it's like.
It's like a new job?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. Some people have other things that are not the gym.
So it's your pet.
Coming to you from 125 Carver in Waco, Texas, it's the Riverside Weekly. We hope your time with us today is thought-provoking, spiritually challenging, and a life-changing experience. Our discussions are fun, real, and at times very uncomfortable. We highly encourage all of our guests and listeners to like and subscribe, and please ring the bell. Now, here are your hosts, Pastor Cello and Pastor Mia.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. It's Wednesday. Mer, mer, mer.
Wednesday.
You gotta wake up. You gotta be loud.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not loud.
Wait.
I'm so done with you.
Love the fireworks. You guys, we're in October.
Yes.
It's almost Halloween. Yay.
Everybody's favorite season. Oh, is this for me?
Well, no, it's for Halloween, but thanks. As Dad said the other day, I ate all the letters that
And
made
now
the
you
word
only have-
Snickers. E-I-E.
I-E.
As an example.
Yes.
Ba-dum-bum. I'll be here all week. Anyway, welcome, you guys. This is October, and it is almost Halloween, so get your costumes ready. Shameless plug, we are doing our Harvest Festival
Yes,
on a
our
Sunday.
Harvest Fest. Yep, every year, last Sunday of the month. So this year it falls right on Halloween.
Yay!
Yep, we're super excited. We're going to have games, food, trunk or treats. We're going to have I don't want to say spooky, but a cool Halloween room.
Well, it kind of is, because it's about COVID, and that's really spooky.
The room is about COVID? Mm-hmm. Oh, my God.
It's like, what happens when you don't wash your hands?
I'm
Dun, dun, dun. So the plot will thicken when you get here.
Yes.
Anyway, also, too, this month we have bingo tonight. So if you're there, I mean, if you're not doing anything.
Listen to this today.
Yeah. In enough time.
Bingo, yeah.
And enough time to come and play Candy Bingo.
Candy Bingo.
Yeah.
But we do have some cool prizes from some of our local
We do.
business people that have sponsored some giveaways. So if you want to support small businesses and also win some candy, yes, Mia's Heavenly Hot Sauce.
And, it's
As
New
well
Shirt
as
Wednesday.
New Shirt Wednesday.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was a thing.
every Wednesday I make a shirt and I wear it.
And what is this?
Guys, this story is so awesome. So this guy was waiting for his food with his family. He has his grandmother, his wife, and his...
Does this at work?
Yeah, at work. And he was doodling, y'all.
Oh,
he left the
really?
doodle on the table.
And you put it on the shirt?
I did.
Wow.
Thanks. Shout out to you guy who
That's
doodled.
pretty crazy.
Don't know you, but maybe you'll see my shirt and you'll be like, hey, I doodled that.
That's crazy.
So, doodle something. Send it to me. You never
looks
know.
professional.
Thank you. I am a professional.
That's true.
So, anyway, but this is my new shirt Wednesday. And again, shout out to Doodle Guy. That's what I'm going to call him.
Doodle Guy.
So I saved it,
He
Doodle
should have
Tree.
signed it.
But he just left it there. And I was like, is this my tip? And then, it wasn't, because over there was $10.
Well, yeah, it is, because you made a shirt out of it. So
I'm in. And if you want one for $39.99, you can buy your own. No, just kidding.
That's a markup.
Anyway, yeah, it was a markup, like a big time markup.
Yeah.
Anyway, so as you can see, it's not Pastor Sella.
Hi.
It's Misha Jade, who
It's
looks
me,
like him.
Who I also have a podcast.
Ah.
Yeah, my Amber Alert just went off too.
Okay.
I also have a podcast, and it's actually kind of funny because I am not the space filler on my podcast.
Oh, I am.
Which is why you're having to make me be loud, because I'm mostly just give my 2 cents and I let everybody else argue. So
that's your dad. He does
naturally,
that.
I am very just sit back and listen.
That must
So
be
sorry,
a Lozano thing.
I'm not good at the give and take.
I have to. I'm really trying to pull it out of you because your dad does the same
It's
thing.
so hard. Literally, I'm like.
Actually, I'm gonna do what I do to Dad.
Don't wind me up.
Winding you up because you're
So
fixing
I
to go.
can talk to people. Like, I know you're thinking of the monkey, but I'm thinking of, like, Smart House. Do you remember that movie? It's an old Disney
I
movie.
do
and their
remember
mom,
it.
the robot lady's their mom, and she goes crazy. That's what I was thinking
I
of.
don't,
Good
but I
movie.
will have to watch it.
Good movie, Smart House.
Okay.
Yeah.
Movie
Old
plug.
Disney movie. It's probably on Disney. It's probably
Really?
on Disney Plus. Yeah.
We'll have to watch it. So today, because I did wind her up, now I'm going to get her started and put her on a soapbox like I do Pastor Cello. Y'all know that. I have to do that all the time. But we're going to be talking today about forgiveness.
Yep. Big yikes.
Since this
very
month is spooky.
Forgiveness is very spooky.
This month is spooky month.
Forgiveness
So,
is scary and
Yeah.
all of those things.
so tell us
We only want to do it once a year.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's 365 days a year. We only want to do it one out of the. Yeah, that can't happen.
Yeah.
But tell us about it.
That's a big. That wasn't a very good segue. No,
I know.
I'm just
I'm
kidding.
sorry. I'm not a segwayer. I'm just like ta-da.
Yeah, I have been telling everybody about this sermon that I've been listening to.
Okay. Can we put a link?
Yes, we
Okay.
can put the link. Let me find the name. Somebody sent this to us in our little group chat we have, and obviously I avoided it at first.
Actually, it's not really a group chat. It's actually a growth chat.
It is a growth
chat.
It is growth
That's
chat.
cool.
It's called When Past Hurts Still Hurt.
Oh.
Yes.
I mean, I have a boo-boo, and that
And it
still
is by
hurts.
Pastor Shawn Johnson on YouTube. And I've been telling everybody about this, but I also recommend not listening to it if you are not there yet. Because, you know.
you'll shut him down.
Yes.
Shut him down.
You'll get angry, then you'll have to do what he says. And it's better if it's like organic. And that's why I listened to it, because I was finally at a point where, like, okay, I think I'm ready to, like, start this process, because it is a process. It's a long process.
When you can talk about it, that means you've already begun.
Yes, and that was one of the first things he said was the first, because he, like, gives you steps, which I love. Yeah, I love pastors who, like, spell it out for you, because one step at a time, you can't just, like, jump into it.
Yeah.
So he did say that the first part of forgiveness is to acknowledge your grievances.
And you acknowledged
Yeah.
it? Look
I
at
feel like I had
that.
already acknowledged it. I'm just, like, very, I don't know the word, like, retrospective. What does that mean?
That means you're looking back. You're looking back at what happened.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
I'll let you think about it.
Okay.
Let me read this.
Yes.
This is shout out to my cousin. Y'all know he was last week on the podcast. Shout out to you, Mike
Shout
and Jill.
out to the cousin episode.
I know, it was awesome. But
was cute.
this is from my cousin Mike, and he said, from Santa Fe, not from Albuquerque. He said, when thinking about your life, remember this: no amount of guilt can change the past, and no amount of anxiety can change the future. And that's really what we do. We think about, I did that, and then you take 2 steps forward and 5 steps back, because you keep mulling
1 step
over it.
forward, 3 steps back.
Oh, okay, Paula Abdul.
Oh, really? Oh, I wasn't
take
quoting.
2 steps forward and 3. I don't know.
I was thinking of Olivia Rodrigo,
Oh, anyway.
who's a new girl.
She just, I don't even want to talk about those young ones
I
because
know.
they keep stealing from the old
They
songs.
do. They do.
So we're not even going to go there. Anyway, but saying all that to say, you were talking about, tell me the name of his podcast again.
It's the sermon is on YouTube. And
Yeah, but
it's called
I need the name.
When Past Hurts Still Hurt.
Okay, so I'm only going to use this as an example. It has nothing to do with that other than an example.
Okay.
Kind of like me. I got my gallbladder out, and they took 2 incisions above each other.
Sounds gross.
It is, but they liposuctioned it out. I was like, why didn't you take the fat out while you were doing that? But anyway, they took it out, made one, pulled it out through the other, or got in there and went, whatever.
Yeah.
But saying all that to say that happened so long ago, and yet the spots that they cut still hurt.
Yeah.
And they hurt like my pants could just rub it. But I keep telling Dad, there must be staples left in there because they hurt.
Yeah.
You know?
How long ago was it though? Not even a year.
Before
right?
COVID, 2 years.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Dang.
So 2019, 2018.
Yeah, that's a really good analogy.
You see? That's what I'm saying. It's
really sad.
So my jeans rub on it, or if I accidentally touch it, and I'm just like, there's got to be something in there, even though it's not. It's
Yeah.
sensitive.
Yeah.
So forgiveness is kind of like that, and
Forgiveness
this is
exactly like that.
I know, but this is a really good. This was a really good topic to talk about, because let me tell you what happened yesterday.
Okay, tell me.
So, a lady from my past, no, not using any names, had a really bad, I don't know, life, whatever, was angry about life. And so she
Relatable.
was taking hurts out on everyone for everything.
Which is a perfect quote.
Tell me.
What is the quote?
Uh,
Do you know it?
no.
Hurting people
Hurt others. Very good.
Okay.
Okay. So then after that, for so many years, she just like really like was sour face anytime I saw her. Never really, you know, it was my fault, not hers, mine, even though I did nothing.
Yeah.
But hurting people hurt others. So all this time, I mean, she even went as far as to come to our house to yell at us and all of this and that. Yeah, this happened many years ago. And so every time I saw her, she still had the what we called RBF. Okay. I mean, I don't.
Spicy.
What would you call it? You would call it angry pants.
Angry eyebrows.
Angry eyebrows.
Yeah.
Let's just call it that.
That's the PG version.
Anyway, and so every time I saw her, it would always be that, and it was like you know, but nothing. I never did anything.
Yeah.
She just took that to be as the victim. So I saw her yesterday, and I think she thought I was working where she saw me, even though I wasn't working there, but I was sitting there at a table that looked like I was working there. And so she was like, oh, I got to be nice to you because I got to sign in.
Oh.
So she actually was like, hi, how are you? And I was like, good. And she even came to hug me, and I hugged her, and I was like, what is happening? I saw angels.
I was going to say, maybe
the
she
sky,
found the Lord.
The sky. She was already in church when all this happened.
I mean,
so.
but you can be in church and not find the Lord.
I mean, or she could already be working through forgiveness.
Yeah.
And forgiving herself.
Yes.
And that helps her forgive others or sees it in a different light. And so I go home and I tell, you know, my kids that, and I'm just like, yeah, hey, guess who I saw? And guess what happened? You know, and the first thing out of their mouth is, well, you would think they're still holding on to a grudge from that long? Why would you think that, Mom? Because they held on to it for so long.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was already there. But I think maybe they had already been working through some forgiveness. And I think that's huge. And tell me.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, I don't know, obviously. But I feel like some of it is also, like, maybe it wasn't personal. Maybe she never had, like, a personal vendetta towards you. Maybe it was, like, a general thing.
Yeah.
You know, because
Maybe.
I know, because some people, that's, like, one of my big things. Is like, I try not to take things personally. Like, so when people are, like, acting some sort of way towards me or I feel like I'm targeted, I have to remind that I'm not the main character in people's lives. And not
You're
everything.
such a book reader.
And not everything is about me. And they could be upset about something that has nothing to do with me, but because I'm in the vicinity, I'm getting, you know.
Lashed at.
Yeah, because then if you assume that it's about you, then you know, build feelings of animosity. And then also now I'm like, what did I do wrong? How can I fix it?
Yes, I don't
so
like
now
that.
I'm spending energy on something that could be completely non-existent. So it's a fine line, though, because then you could also be like, it's not my fault. And then you really did something you just don't know. So
Wow, that's a teeter-totter line.
It is,
You'd be like,
everything.
oh, I don't know.
Balance, yeah.
Oh, that's good. I didn't think about that. You know, Pastor Darrell used to say that all the time. They're not always thinking about you, Mia, but they could have been.
It's true.
I
Yeah,
know.
that you never know. They
Yeah.
could, you know, it could have been something specifically you did, or maybe you just look like somebody who pissed her off.
Or you're in the vicinity, like you said.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's funny because there was a preacher, his name was Andrew Womack, and one of the things he said was, you're either going to be the victim or the victor.
I remember that.
Yeah, and so you have to decide which you're going to be. But forgiveness, I think Dad said it best one time. He said, you know, that forgiveness is the time that you have to walk out what you truly believe. Mm-hmm. And that right there is like a thorn under the feet. Legos, like stepping on Legos
It
with
really
bare
is.
feet.
It really is. Yeah.
Stepped on one the other day. That's what made me think about it.
Yeah, and then he talks about what you said kind of about your gallbladder scar. He talks about how, like, there's different levels to it, and he also relates it to, like, injuries. He's like, okay, if
Okay.
you get cut, you're going to stitch it up, you're going to close the wound so it can heal. But forgiveness is sometimes like a burn, where if you go treat a burn at a hospital, they're going to scrape off everything so it can heal from the inside. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's layers.
they're going to scrape off the dead skin so that the new skin can, like, grow in.
Wow.
So, and it takes forever, and there's still scars,
Wow.
Yeah, it was really good. He was preaching.
That was
I had to turn it off a
good.
couple of times.
Yeah, and be like,
Yep. I was like, that's too much.
yeah.
One step at a time.
Yeah, but now that you say that, it just made me think of Donkey on Shrek, parfaits have layers, but it made me think of that. Well, I'm just saying,
No, you're right, yeah.
We build up these layers, so many layers, and they have to be peeled back. We build, I just told somebody this, we build them up to protect ourselves from the outside, the same way our skin does. When we get a cut, our skin comes back, and the scar tissue is much more thicker than the other tissue.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. Once we've been burned, we build up this heavy, gate, and it's not real, but we build it up, and we're like, nope, you burn me,
Yeah.
and then we have this whole thing that we don't let anybody in. And how can we ever heal if we don't let anybody in? And first of all, the first step really is forgiving yourself.
Yeah.
And if you can't forgive yourself, then you can't forgive others.
Yeah. And I feel that same way, too. I feel very strongly that forgiveness is really for you. And based on my own experience, I feel like unforgiveness, it doesn't affect the other person. They don't have to live with that. They don't have to live with that anger. They don't have to live with that hurt. Sometimes they living their best lives, and you over here hurt feelings, Yeah. So I feel like forgiveness is really about what you deserve. Like, we deserve to be happy and healthy and heal, but if you're holding on to unforgiveness, then you don't have energy for anything else. And that's what he said too, was that he was having really bad anxiety, and the guy was like, he went to counseling, and the counselor was like, well, let's talk about your grievances and stuff that has happened. And he was like, this doesn't have anything to do with anxiety. And the guy's like, you have so much anxiety producing energy because you're holding on to all this other stuff. So I feel like sometimes you're like, this person doesn't deserve to be forgiven, but it's really not about them. It's about you. Like you said, like, if you're building stuff up, if you're blocking stuff out, that's only affecting you. So.
Yeah, it's just blockers, and you think that you're like, I'll show them, and you're building up this wall to block everybody out, but yet you're kind of like blocking the sun from you growing like a plant.
Yep.
You're like, shade,
Yep.
really throwing shade,
It literally. Yeah.
Literally. But I don't know. I think forgiveness is just, it's huge. And I think you really have to have a paradigm shift.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's literally, I relate everything to, like,
books?
No, to the gym.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? You're such a book reader.
I'm at the gym way more.
What?
Yeah.
You traded book time for gym
I did,
time?
Yes. That's my new mental health kick, is the gym.
Anyway.
But, like, when people go to the gym, when you decide to, like, work out and, like, change that, it's like a whole lifestyle change. Like, you have to, like, you wake up at the beginning of the week and you're like, when can I go to the gym? How can I fit the gym in my schedule? So, like, you have to change everything you do. And that's the same.
So the gym is your baby.
Yes.
Because you have to fit the baby into your schedule.
No, the schedule has to fit around your baby.
Around the baby?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's different. That's a little, the baby's a lot. But no, it's like.
It's like a new job?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. Some people have other things that are not the gym.
So it's your pet?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But yeah, so like same thing with like forgiveness, like you said, it's like it's really like a lifestyle change. Like you have to really want it. And that's why I tell people when I've been talking about this sermon I listen to not listen to it if you're not ready, because you really have to be ready. Like and that's okay too to not be ready to forgive. Like it's a really big step. So.
I don't know. I think a lot of viewers watching would be frowned upon because you're like, it's okay that you're not ready to forgive. Okay, we're 20 years later. When are you going to be ready?
Yes, that is true.
So
that is true. Dang, that's a really. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it goes back to what I said. It's okay to not be ready to forgive, but if you're thinking about yourself personally, like if you think about it from like how is this affecting my life, I feel like you would want to forgive. I think like people think that forgiveness is for them. It's not for them. It's for us.
Well, it's the same as us living our lives. It's not for us, but we think that, which is when we become selfish.
Yeah.
Living our lives is for the others around so that they can see the light that's within you and see God within you. And you're supposed to live your life. And then if you must, use words, type thing. And so I would say that once you forgive, it's like taking out the trash.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's like sucking out the poison.
Yeah. Oh, that's
what
good.
it's like. Like, it's like on Mean Girls. Have you seen
Tell
Mean
me,
Girls?
no.
She's like, you guys have seen Mean Girls, and she's trying to like.
Is that the one we
smooth it
wear
over.
pink on Wednesdays?
Yeah.
Okay.
We should be wearing pink. We're not.
Oh, we sure are.
She wants to like start over and ask all her people that she made mad forgiveness, and she compares it to sucking out the venom from a snake wound, and so she goes and like gives flowers to all the girls that she's wronged or everything like that. That's a lot though. I ain't telling you to do all that.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta buy nobody flowers, but it's the same thing. Like you have to. It's like you said. Like you're living out loud for other people. It's the same thing. Like I feel like people hold on to unforgiveness because they think that this person or that person who hurt them, they're not worthy. They don't deserve it. If I forgive them, then they're winning. But
They don't even know.
Like you said, 20 years later, they're off living their best life, and you're sitting here in the same
Holding
place
on.
because
Holding on.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's an ugly truth, and I am so sorry to be laying this on you on Wednesday.
Right.
I know the month just started, but this is like the perfect time, I feel like, because for me personally, this is around the time, like October is around the time where I'm like making goals for my New Year's resolution. Because you have to plan ahead. If you really want to be successful in your New Year's resolutions, you have to plan ahead. Because if you start something on January 1st, you're going to fail.
Oh, every time.
A bunch of times, yeah. So I like to start before January 1st, so when New Year's comes, I'm already...
It's funny because as soon as everybody says January 1st and the gym, I always see. Have you seen Have you seen Ready Player One?
Yes.
So when everybody goes to the end, at the end, they're all going to go attack, the orb or whatever. They're all going to go fight, and I'm just like, yeah, January 1st, and then they all start dying.
I'm kind of a gym rat, so I get kind of annoyed. I support you though if you want to go to the gym, but like.
Can you start at home?
Yes, the beginning
in
of
October,
the year is so stressful.
Start at your house in October so that when you come, I won't be mad at you.
Yeah.
Right?
Because it's so full, it's packed. All the machines are taken. It's terrible, but
this machine's taken.
I had a gym nightmare last night.
What?
Yeah, I
What
had
is
2
that?
nightmares last night. This is off topic.
What is this?
You know we have serving nightmares. Have you had serving nightmares?
Oh yeah, plenty.
I had a serving nightmare.
By the way, this is my daughter. That's why she drank out of my drink, and
Oh yes.
she has also brought me into the serving industry, which I didn't
I'm
even.
so sorry.
No, not at all, because I was thinking about that, and Dad was talking about it this past weekend. By the way, we celebrated our 5th year here at Riverside, and still going, still alive.
Still alive.
But he was talking about that we love serving because we love serving people, and you probably didn't even know that comes from your background of being around us.
He was talking about that, and I was like, man, like it's time for me to retire because I think I genuinely did enjoy the people part of it, but I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah, that's true.
like
You've been doing it a long time.
long time.
But I'm going to tell you what Miss Deborah says. Shout out to Miss Deborah. She's Christy Reed's mom, and she's been a server forever until her restaurant closed,
really?
like 35 years. And she was like, it's real hard to go from server money to job
100%.
money. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I had a server dream, a nightmare.
Server nightmare.
And it's basically you're at work. If you're not a server,
And you forgot
you might have
everything.
work done. Yeah, like you're at work and it's like I was trying to take this big order. They all wanted to order drinks and then they all wanted to order. Everyone was yelling at me. It was terrible. Woke myself
Well, that happened
up.
to me. That happened to me yesterday at work, so it's fine. Okay, go ahead.
And then went back to sleep and then had a gym nightmare that I was in this old ratty gym and a bunch of people were there that weren't supposed to be there and all the machines were taken. Yeah, I couldn't work out. I was mad. I woke up and I was like, this is stupid. Yeah.
You woke
So
up mad?
obviously those are the 2 things that I do the most. But yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm not laughing
No,
at you.
I have to wake myself up because I'm like, this is a dream.
Wake up!
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
funny.
Oh
That was
my
my first
God.
gym nightmare though.
Aw, that
Yeah.
means you are a gym rat.
I am.
Aw,
I love
boo.
it.
Okay, well, forgive those people that took your machines, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Now that you're working on it. Okay, and forgive all those people that are going to start January 1 because they're looking at you.
You're right.
Okay?
Come to the gym. Come work out if you want to.
Come holding hands and let's sing Kumbaya. Anyway, so everybody will probably put that link in there so you can go listen to this if you're ready.
Yes, I was going to say that.
If you're ready.
Like, put a warning sign right here. It's like, warning.
Warning.
Adult content. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I think we'll leave on this. I think if you're going to be at a place where you're ready to forgive, then I think you need to go through the steps like alcoholism. You know, you first you have to admit it. You have to admit that you're wrong, and that is like the into the thick of it. Yeah. That's really what it is.
Well, I don't want to say you have to admit you're wrong. Sometimes you're not wrong. I'm just saying. Sometimes
you're right.
Sometimes you're like you were wronged, right?
Okay, but if you say you were wrong, then you're the victim.
You have to admit that you're holding on to it.
Okay,
that's what you.
Okay,
you have
I like
to
that.
accept that you're still giving this person power.
Giving this person power. I like that. Okay, so step 1, you need to admit that you're holding on to something.
Yep.
That's the thing.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Because you like to think like, oh, I'm fine. That doesn't bother me. But then you see their name pop up, and you like,
good one.
Face.
Good one.
You scroll in and you see things, and you like, this person.
That's the one thing I remember the most from Melissa said it. Shout out to Melissa Gonzalez because she said that. She said, listen, this is how you know if you're holding on to unforgiveness. When somebody walks into the room and you do stink face or you squirm
or you
fidget or you
feel it.
some kind of feeling, you need to work on that. That's where it is. That's the deep-rooted inside there, and you got to get that weed out because then it ain't going to be Bermuda grass no more.
Yes. Okay. So. I know we're rapping. We're rapping. But you said deep-rooted, and that made me think of it. It's like, I think I was talking to somebody about it, but I think I forgot who it was. But basically, they were saying how it's like Venom. Like on the new Venom movie. That's a plug. Which isn't, I heard it's not great because it's DC, but y'all can decide. I don't know if y'all are DC. I don't know if y'all are
Marvel
DC
or DC. Marvel or DC.
But basically, like the Venom, like it sticks onto you and it takes over you.
Oh, I have seen Venom. Yeah. I didn't see the new one, but it's 2 years ago.
Like the little black thing jumps on them and like comes over their body. Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of like unforgiveness.
That's good. Yeah. We should do a lesson on that. We should. By the way, she is our children's church director. Shout out to River Kids.
Shout out to
And you can follow them on Instagram because we do some really cool stuff. And she has some teachings on there for that too.
On our app.
Yes, on our app. Because that we really believe that children need to be taught so that they won't grow up to be ratty adults.
Like us.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
You're working on yourself. Yeah. High five to that. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. And thanks, Mish, for being with us today. Are you looking at yourself?
Yeah. No, have you seen, there's a guy who does an interview, and at the end of his interview, he freezes, and he stays like that.
Oh, my God.
And his interview is like, and he won't move.
Oh, okay. Well, then you can stay there. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mess you up. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Go follow us. Follow our app, and you can follow us on any social media.
I forgot to mention that we have new Riverside Weekly podcast stickers.
We do?
Yeah, they were a surprise. So, surprise! Ta-da. If you want a sticker, you can message Pastor Cello or Pastor Mia, and we'll get you some stickers.
Or you can message in on this.
Comment.
Yeah, you can put a comment in there. Obviously, we need your address because we still don't know who's listening. We tell them all the time, send us your name so we can give you shout-outs. You never know. You never know. We've got our 200th. You got our 200th podcast coming up, so I know.
Fancy.
We're not giving away cars this time because that was fun. But we're gonna think of something. Maybe we'll do shirts. So, but we need your addresses anyway, and we need a shout out to let us know that you are listening.
Yes.
But thank you. Go follow us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes Podcast. I don't know any other ones.
Any place that you stream.
Yeah, just Google it in the Riverside Weekly, and you'll find us. All right. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Riverside Weekly. Download the Riverside Waco app to stay connected and follow us on all social media sites at the Riverside Waco. This podcast is made possible by the givers of Riverside Community Church. Production and engineering provided by Capital G and RTV in Waco, Texas.